Hey guys, welcome into the channel. So I know I just put a video up, but listen, breaking news. Breaking news. It's about to get real bad real quick. So you see the title, World's Largest Meat Supplier shutting down 2 plants. So what you can expect, in my opinion, is going to be higher prices, shortages in certain areas, and fake meat. Those are the things you can expect. Now, I haven't read the article completely, but what I can say is this is to save the corporations. This is to save the CEOs, make sure they're still getting what they need, which is money. Okay? People are going to lose their jobs. They're going to be replaced. They're being replaced because they're going to streamline their businesses. Now that it has been approved for the fake meat, this was bound to happen. It's not just going to be beef plants shutting down like this one. It's going to be chicken as well. It is. And the minute they start reproducing pork and fish, it's going to be those industries also. So let's get into it. Please hit the like button, share the video out, and here we go. So Costco's and BJ's shoppers have less beef options as world's largest meat supplier shuts 2 plants and axes 2,000 workers because they're going to save money. They're going to save money however they can do it. So American retail is suffering with countless store closures, price rises, basic goods such as gas, etc. JBS is the name of the meat plant, the world's largest meat plant. You probably heard their name before because I've done numerous stories on them ever since COVID, and I started covering news and stuff with them shutting down plants in 2021, 2023, and now. So JBS USA is closing a location in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, laying off 1,500 people. The second location will close in Memphis, Tennessee, with 500 people losing their jobs. According to the company, the beef plant will be absorbed into other operations. So I'm going to read in between the lines as I'm reading this. Absorbed into other operations means we're going to take that money and put it into technology so we can create, and this is all entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. In all my opinion, I have no idea what these people are doing. Even if I do know, I don't know for certain. So allegedly, this is what they're doing. They're going to take that money, redirect it into technology, into creating labs where they can produce this meat. It says JPS owned Pilgrim Pride said it would move some chicken production from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Elijah, Georgia. I guess that's how you say it. Pilgrim Pride is investing $75 million to expand a location in Georgia, with an additional 348 people set to lose jobs. The $75 million will go towards the production of boneless chicken products for tenders and chicken sandwiches. Did I not just say that? They're wording it differently, but that's all that means is we're going to let go of all these people, shut down this plant, reopen a different plant, which is really a lab where we can grow this. All we need is the equipment and a few workers there to produce it in the lab. Because what comes first, the chicken or the egg? That used to be the question. Now we know the answer. Neither comes first because they don't need either now to produce chicken, eggs, and beef. JBS wholesale retailers include Costco, BJ's, as well as grocers such as Food Lion, West or Wise Market, however you say it, Winco, and Stop and Shop. The CEO of JPS said the company was making difficult adjustments is so difficult. They're making so much money. The difficult part, in my opinion, is for the employees and how they're going to survive, how they're going to live. So JBS USA is investing heavily in the United States and in the future of food production, i.e., we're investing into technology, like I said before. So at the same time, we must ensure our operations is what they said. We want them to be efficient, modern. Note the key words: efficient, meaning machines can work faster and better and cheaper than human. Modern, we need the technology, not the people, and positioned to compete. By investing where we are growing and making difficult adjustments where needed, we are building a stronger and more resilient company. In the first quarter of 2026, JBS reported a net loss of $279 million compared with a $158 million loss the prior year. JBS recently consolidated 3 beef businesses into one. So they took 3 and knocked it down to 1. So now we're going to move over to the next. I got so many screens opened up, y'all. Give me a second. Thank y'all for coming in. Okay, so word of warning. Some of the videos I'm about to show is going to show them producing this food. Not to say JBS, but the fact that this food is being produced. I want you to know and see how it's being produced. And I want you to know and see how you can tell the difference of the fake food from the real food in the grocery store while you can. And it's all about not how it looks in the packaging, but how it is worded on the packaging.
That most people have no idea even exists. With more bioengineered chicken and beef hitting grocery shelves, it's crucial to know what to look for if you want real, high quality meat. They're not going to slap words like lab grown or synthetic on the package. Instead, they'll use language that sounds natural or harmless, but is designed to mislead. The key term to watch out for is cell cultured. Yes, U.S. lawmakers have already legalized it, and the USDA has approved labels like cell cultivated chicken and cell cultivated beef. This is how lab grown meat is being presented as acceptable food, but let's be clear, this is not traditional meat. It's produced in a lab from animal cells in a bioreactor, never part of a living, breathing animal. So next time you're shopping, read labels carefully. Look for terms like cell cultivated, cell based, or grown from animal cells. If you spot these, put it back. If this helped you, drop a jewel in the comments.
I hope that helps you guys. I'm going to close that little tab out and we're going to move on to the next one, okay? Let's see. Okay. So this one here, I'm going to read what it says and then we're going to move on. It says JBS, the world's largest meat processor, is closing its beef preparation facility in Riverside, California. So this is the California one that they did back in February. So they're constantly closing these plants down quietly, I guess. But now we have these 2 that I just told you about also, impacting 374 jobs due to tight cattle supplies and high costs, shifting production to other locations as part of operational streamlining despite efforts to build new plants elsewhere, according to news reports from late 2025, the Wall Street Journal, and the WattPoultry.com. While this plant is closing, JBS maintains operations in other U.S. locations, including potential jobs in Manteca, and focuses on its broader global production network with headquarters in U.S. and other regions. Now, I saw that they're also moving a lot of their production over to Nigeria. Okay. Where is it? Here we go.
Back in meat alternatives. one company is trying to put the meat back in meat alternatives. Some investors are betting big. Here's CNBC's Kate Rogers.
This is real chicken, and so is this and this. Except it's made in labs and commercial food production facilities instead of being raised on a farm. It's called cultivated meat, made from the cells of animals, and is part of a burgeoning industry seeking regulatory approval. Eat Just is the first company to have approval to sell its cultivated chicken products in Singapore.
It is real meat, and instead of needing billions of animals and all the land and the water and all the...
This is a co-founder right here, this guy here. And of course, you see there where it says Bill Gates invested. This man's investing in all of this stuff. I see why he's building a bunker. The wrath will hit him first, hopefully. I probably shouldn't say that as a Christian, but the damage that he is doing right now, him and his friends, is ridiculous.
Rainforests you typically need to knock down to make that happen. We start with a cell, and you can get the cell from a biopsy of an animal, a fresh piece of meat, or a cell bank.
So if you get it from a biopsy, that means it's a dead animal that you're taking the cell from, and then you're producing meat from a, well, supposedly meat from a dead animal. You're producing the meat as opposed to, never mind.
Now we don't need the animal anymore.
Now, I've told y'all about the eggs before, but I know I have some new people, so I'm going to show this. I have never shown this particular video. This is them making eggs, not like my chickens outside giving me a bunch of eggs right now. This is how they're making the eggs. And I don't care if it's eggs, chicken, or beef, even if it came from a cell of that animal, they are still adding chemicals to what they are doing. They have no idea what these chemicals will do to you. But that's okay, because as long as my arrow is in green and pointing up on my money, I'm okay. Turn that down. Look how this egg is looking right here. That should have just popped right open just to touch. Then she puts it in this water and it expanded. Do you see that? It looked like an implant, like a breast implant. This is insane. Look at that. Take a good look, because I want you to check your eggs. Check your eggs.
Guy who got lost in a submarine. Quietly in the shadows, U.S. regulators approved the sale of synthetic lab-grown meat to the American public. This is not a parody. This is not a joke. Let's get into it. In this article from the Associated Press titled, U.S. approves nation's first lab-grown meat, chicken made from animal cells, it talks about how 2 California companies got the approval to sell this shit to us. So I'm thinking to myself, who could be that powerful to convince U.S. regulators to sell us synthetic lab-grown meat?
Hi, coming to you live from the parking lot at the grocery store once again. I have so much anxiety about what to make for dinner, what meat to buy. So do we know what the trick is to decipher real versus fake? Like, what are we looking for? Is it brand, price, color, texture? Since they don't have to tell us if it was, you know, created in a lab.
They do have to tell us, but how they're telling us, they don't have to come right out and say this is fake meat. That's why the guy I showed you before was showing you, look for the branding of it, cultivated or cell, anything like that. Remember how I showed you, what was it? The meat that I showed you guys last week or the week before. I think they were saying, they didn't say lab grown. It said something different. I can't think of it right this minute, but y'all, you gotta check the meat before you get it. You just do if you are a meat eater. And I have anxiety now too when it comes to eating meat, because I'm like, is this real? I've been checking labels. So far, so good. But I know that I did run across one before I knew to check the labels, before I knew that this was really something going on, and actually bought chicken. That chicken, it didn't say on the packaging that I can remember, cell cultivated or anything, but that meat just did not look right. It looked like it was in layers. I mean, it really looked like it was in layers. Let me see if I can find. Okay. I always click stuff before I share them.
Lab grown. Here's how to know if you're eating fake lab grown meat or real meat. They're not going to label it lab grown or synthetic, my friend. That would scare you away. Instead, they use softer words that sound almost natural. The words you need to watch for are cell cultured and cultivated meat. If you see those phrases on the label, that meat was grown in a laboratory from animal cells. It was never part of a living, breathing animal. Next time you're shopping, read the fine print. If it says cell cultured, cultivated, or cell based, put it back. Share this with your friends and family so they know what to look for. Comment.
I agree. Please share this with your friends and family.
Hey man, y'all better be careful what y'all buy from the store. I bought this chicken yesterday from Albertsons, chicken breasts. So look at this chicken, man. Something ain't right with it. Look, I'm pinching it, and look at.
That was the problem I had with the chicken that I had bought. It was either earlier this year or last year. It didn't feel right. It didn't look right, and I did not cook it.
That. What is that? It's just crazy. And check this out. Look. So I come over here and look. You can peel this whole thing back. Look at this. This looks like some 3D printed type chicken. There's like a membrane over the actual chicken. Look at this. This is my finger. Look, check this out.
Okay.
What is this? I literally just bought this chicken. You can see the date here, freeze by 1/24/2026 on the package. Hatched, raised, and harvested in the United States. Keep refrigerated.
See that? You see that label right there? I'm glad she said that. I couldn't think of what it was. The meat that I did in the video, it said hatched, raised. But mind you, this was goat meat that said hatched. You don't hatch goat meat. Now you can hatch an egg, but you're still not hatching this meat here.
Hey, man.
What is this? I literally just bought this chicken. You can see the date here, freeze by 1/24/2026 on the package. Hatched, raised, and harvested in the United States. Keep refrigerated. It says federal regulations prohibit the use of added hormones or steroids. However, what in the ever loving is this? I mean, I don't even want to freaking touch it, but like, okay, over here. It is stringy. Like, do you see this? I'm like touching it. No.
That's definitely 3D printed. That is crazy. The same 3D printed meat that Campbell's got busted out on from one of their CEOs saying he don't eat that crap because it's not real meat in there. It's 3D. I'm not going to eat any 3D printed meat. And that's when we knew Campbell's is doing this. I don't even buy Campbell's anymore. I don't buy Campbell's anymore. It's just a lot. I don't want this video to be super long. I just want to let you know that you need to be prepared for you need to be prepared for the fact that, one, you're going to pay more for meat, real or not. And if the meat is real cheap though, you know that's some fake meat right there, because they can produce it like this. It doesn't matter to them. They can produce it like that. But if the meat costs a lot and the wording is right, then that's the meat that you gonna get, but you're gonna pay a lot for it. So it's gonna be a shortage of real meat out here. It may not be a shortage of food, but it's gonna be a shortage of real meat because these companies are shutting down. They're reopening up with less workers, maybe only a handful that can, and they have to be really knowledgeable about doing what they're doing with the technology. So people are losing their jobs. Can't pay rent, can't pay mortgage, can't pay any of their bills. But the companies are getting richer and richer and richer. So y'all take care, stay safe. Please hit the like button, share this video out, and leave your comments down below. Yeah, those bunkers won't save them, Arlene. Thank y'all for coming in. Hey, Dominique, Sherry, thanks for coming in. Hey, Choose Healthy. Terrence. They're even making growing your own vegetables difficult in certain areas because the sun is different. The sun is hitting different. Like peppers love sun, but some of my peppers died and the sun is not, it don't even feel the same. It's weird. It does not feel the same at all. So who knows where this is all going to go, but we know how it's all going to end. So y'all stay prayed up, stay covered, and I'll see y'all in the next video.